Welcome students to Director School Education Jammu's home classes, which is an attempt to connect learner with instructor. Myself is Kuldeep Gupta, lecturer in geology and presently posted at Government Girls High Secondary School अनिया जम्मू। बच्चों आज मैंने जोलॉजी 11th क्लास की जोलॉजी में से एनिमल किंगडम जो आपका टॉपिक है उसमें से मैंने सब टॉपिक लिया है कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ फाइलम पॉलीफिरा। पिछली वीडियो में हमने देखा व्हाट आर द बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एनिमल किंगडम कि एनिमल किंगडम को क्लासीफाई करने के लिए कौन कौन से बेसिस हैं, जिसमें हमने देखा लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सिमेट्री, जर्म लेयर, सिलोम, सेगमेंटेशन, बॉडी सेगमेंटेड है या नहीं, प्रेजेंस और एब्सेंस ऑफ नोटोकॉर्ड एक्सेट्रा। सो आज हम एनिमल किंगडम का जो पहला फाइलम है पॉलीफिरा उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को हम डिस्कस करेंगे, उसको जानेंगे। उम्मीद है आप इसको अच्छी तरीके से इसको सीखने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो चलते हैं हम पॉलीफिरा पे। तो वर्ड ऑफ स्पॉन्जिस, पॉलीफिरा को स्पॉन्जिस भी कहते हैं। ये हम कलरफुल वर्ड स्पॉन्जिस का देख रहे हैं, इनके जो डिफरेंटली ये कलर्ड हैं। बॉडी पोरस है, आप देख रहे हैं। स्मॉल पोर्स और present on all the body part and there is a bigger opening at the exit which act as exit का काम करता है। Then they are plant like creatures but actually dear students these are the animals. These are the multicellular animal and which are we can say that multicellularity begins from sponges and they don't have any specialized mode, digestive system, as you can say circulatory system, heart, blood vessels, blood, kidney, etc. Even then these are called animals. So let us go through the general characteristics of sponges, porifera. They are commonly called as sponges as already told to you. Then the word porifera is derived from two Greek words, that is porous means pore and fera means bearing. So it means the animals that bear pore are called porifera. Then most primitive, simplest, first multicellular animals. Then we can say beginning of multicellularity from the sponges. And they are strange plant-like creatures, and about 5,000 to 10,000 species are known till today. And it has been reported that they evolved around 600 million years ago, and the term porifera it was coined by an English naturalist and geologist Robert E. Grant. And commonly known examples of sponges are Scypha, Leucoslinia, Zoospongia, Spongilia, which we discuss in the next slides. So next is habitat and habit of sponges. We can see that these are mainly marine, found attached to the rocks, and some about 100 to 150 species they are freshwater, found in ponds, lakes, and the species which are found in freshwater it is Spongilla. So far body shape, size and color is concerned, body shape can be cylindrical, vase like. You can see from this pics, these are of the different shapes, round, sac-like or irregular plant-like, and size is from 1 centimeter to 200 centimeter in length, and they exist in various colors like bright colored, yellow, orange, pink, violet, or white and black. So far as symmetry is concerned, most of the sponges are asymmetrical, and whereas some of the sponges have radial symmetry. Coming to germ layers, there are two germ layers in sponges. So sponges are called as diploblastic. Outer layer is pinacoderm. We can see in the diagram. This is the outer layer where we have seen this is written as epidermis. It is made up of epidermal cells, pinacoderm, and inner cells. These are the flagellated cells. These are the collar cells, which we call as conocytes. And this form the inner layer. The conocyte is the inner layer, and pinacocytes, where the cells are pinacocytes and layer is pinacoderm, which is made of pinacocytes, and then conoderm is the inner layer. It is made of conocytes, and in between these two layers you can see, I can show you, in between the two layers there is the middle part. This is known as mesenchyme. And in this mesenchyme there are what cells are present? They are amoeboid cells are present that migrate with layer. So we can say that there are two layers, that is outer layer is pinacoderm, which is made up of pinacocytes. Inner layer is conoderm or conocyte, made of conocytes, also called as collar cells or flagellated cell, and they have flagella. And there is a middle layer called mesenchyme or mesohyl, which is of gelatinous material, and various amoeboid cells migrate with this layer. So this after that germ layer we come to the various other features. So far head and locomotory organs are concerned, they are absent in these animals, and they are sessile, sedentary, they are fixed, attached to the various objects in water. Regarding level of organization, there is cellular level of organization, because they have no tissue, no organ system, so cells are almost independent, and they cooperate very little with other, and their cell perform their own function. So we can say the level of organization is cellular level, and without organ system they perform their all activities of life. Regarding body structure, as already told that body is porous in nature, as pores are provided all over the body. The small pore, which we call as ostia, they are present all over the body. These are we can see in this diagram the small pores, which we known as ostium. Here we have ostium, singular is ostium, and plural is ostia. These are the ostium. This is the ostium. These are the ostium. These whole pores are now ostia, and there is bigger opening, that is osculum at the top. So we can say that ostia are small inlets, whereas osculum it act as exhalent pore. So next, the body wall consists of two layers as already discussed, having cells as under outer pinacoderm, which is made up of pinacocytes, flat cells, as already you have seen in the diagram in the previous slide, and inner conoderm, which we call as flagellated cells, and in between the two layers there is a gelatinous material which we call mesenchyme or mesohyl, and they contain various amoeboid cells called amoebocytes, which are of several kinds, such as archaeocytes, undifferentiated cell that can give rise to more differentiated cell. So the amoebocytes, they can according to the need, they perform different functions, such as archaeocytes, then scleroblasts, they produce spicules, which we will study in later slides. Then trophocytes, they are the nerve cells that provide nutrients, which are involved in gamule. What is gamule? Gamule is actually inner bud, which act as asexual reproduction in sponges. Then chromocytes, pigmented amoebocytes. It is due to these chromocytes that the sponges are of different colors. And animals possess a layer of large cavity spongocoel. We can see in the diagram that this cavity is known as spongocoel जो आप देख रहे हैं inner cavity. This is the spongocoel. This is the spongocoel, and this is the outer opening osculum, and this layer is the pinacoderm made up of pinacocytes. Inner layer is conoderm, conocyte made up of conocyte flagellated cells, and in between the two there is mesenchyme made up of gelatinous material containing various amoeboid cells, and they are having different functions. So next is the after body structure, there are we come to this collar cells which is present in this sponge. It is a flagellated cell, and this collar cell, it has been broad view here. It contains microvilli. This is the collar. Upper part is the collar, lower part is the basal cell part, cytoplasm and nucleus. And this collar contains microvilli or protoplasmic tentacles, and that help in the collection of food particles, extraction of food particles, and then they are transferred to the other cells. So next, canal system in sponges. It is the most important feature. One of the most important characteristic feature of sponges is the canal system. And canal system, we say that it is a lifeline of sponges. Why lifeline? Because all the function, that is nutrition, respiration, circulation, excretion, etc., they are carried by means of canal system. So it is a very unique feature in the sponges. Water canals, interconnected network of channels, are known as canals. Water, it enters through minute pores, that is ostia, as you have seen in the diagram previously. In the body wall, then it goes into the central cavity spongocoel, from where it goes out from the outer opening called osculum. And what are ostia? Ostia are the tiny spores which are present all over the body of sponges, and these pores are made of porocyte. Actually, I have told that the outer layer is pinacoderm, and where there are pores, their cells, the pores are made up of porocyte cells, and through these pores, water along with desired nutrients, it flow to interior of the sponges. And osculum is the opening to the outside, as already told you, through which the water exits after passing through the spongocoel. You can see in the diagram, yes, this is the ostia. Water enters through this, then it comes to the spongocoel. This is the spongocoel. Then from spongocoel, it goes out through osculum. This is the osculum. Outgoing water through osculum. So it is one of the type of canal system. Canals are generally lined by conocytes. This inner layer is the conocyte. These cells, flagellated cells. This is a conocyte layer. Okay, and the constant beating of conocytes means with the help of flagella, they maintain a steady current of water, and the path of water transport helps in food gathering, respiratory exchange, and removal of waste. In other words, we can say that canal system helps in nutrition, respiration, circulation, excretion. So let us have a view on different canal system, different type of canal system in sponges. Actually, sponges have three type of canal system depending upon the complexity. First is asconite type, and example uh, which exhibit this asconite type of canal system is Leucoselenia. Next one is syconite type, example is Sycon, and third one is Leuconite, and example is Spongilla, which is freshwater sponge. So you can have a view on three type of canal system. As already told that canal system, different type of canal system depend upon it. They have different canal systems depending upon the complexity. In the first canal system, which is Ascan, we can have a view of Ascan. It is present in Leucoselenia, and in this canal system there is a outer layer which is made up of pinacoderm, inner layer is conoderm, collar cells, and middle layer is the mesenchyme, which is made up of gelatinous material containing various hemiphocytes, and these are the ostium. These are the various ostia, and through this ostia water enters along with the nutrient and other materials, and by the beating of this conocytes water goes over to osculum. It is the simplest type of canal system in Leucoselenia. Now coming to the next Sycon type of canal system. It is found in Scypha. What happens in this canal system? In this canal system, you can see there is complexity. There we can see the difference here, and there are ostia in this canal system, and similarly there are also ostia in this second type, that is Sycon canal system. But after ostia, after the first passage, there is a further canal connecting the other part of the body. This you can see. This is another canal. This is the other part, which this entry, this inlet is known as prosopile. This inlet is known as prosopile, and where the prosopile ends, then another ending is the where the prosopile it puts the water in the main chamber, this chamber, and from this what is there? Apopyle. Apopyle is the exit. Apopyle is the exit. And as I said, prosopyle is the inlet in network of canal, and this inlet, further inlet जो है वो क्या है? प्रोसोपाइल, एंड जो सेकंड ओपनिंग है जो एग्जिट करती है कहाँ? स्पॉन्जोसील में, इट इज़ एपोपाइल. ठीक है, ओके. एंड दिस इज़ अ रेडियल कैनाल, and you can say spongocele, from spongocele the water comes over to the osculum. Whereas the third one is concerned, it is the Leucon type of canal system. It is more complex. Here are various chambers, you can say various chambers, okay? Flagellated chambers, and spongocele is very much reduced here due to the formation of this flagellated chamber. But rest of the function are same ostium है, ostium के बाद वही prosopile, same inlet है जो that carries water to other chamber. Then there is a apopyle, this is apopyle which is the exit point, and then from apopyle there is the excurrent canal. Excurrent canal से फिर ये कहाँ चला जाता है? स्पॉन्जोसिल से होता हुआ वाटर बाहर चला जाता है. तो ये it by having a more complex system, it increases the surface area. यानी ये बॉडी में पूरा क्या है? नेटवर्क बनाने से क्या हो रहा है? सरफेस एरिया इंक्रीज हो रहा है. सो वी कैन discuss, have a description of these all the three canal system. So for Ascan canal system, you have seen it is a characteristics of the asconite sponges, for example Leucoselonia. An Ascan type of canal system is one with flagellated sponge cells. Water enters through ostia and spongocele, and it excretes through osculum, as I have already told to you. And spongiocele is lined by conocyte, that is the collar cell, and the ostia are represented by porocytes. This is the Ascon type of canal system. And where is the Sycon type of canal system? It is the characteristics of syconoid sponges, for example, Skypha and Grantia. And body wall, as already told to you, it is secondarily folded to form incurrent and radial canal, which open into spongicele by an opening called apopyle. You can see in the diagram various incurrent and radial canal. Where is incurrent? This is the incurrent canal. This is incurrent canal, and this is a radial canal. This is a radial canal. You can see this is a radial canal, and this is a incurrent canal. So difference is that in this second type Sycon there are prosopyle, apopyle, incurrent canal, and radial canal. And coming to the next journey, that is Leucon type of canal system. What happens there? It is the characteristic feature of leuconide type of sponge, that is spongilla, and the flagellated chambers are small as compared to that of asconoid and syconoid. As there is more network, so chambers are small, and these chambers are lined by conocyte cells. And due to this, what happens? The spongiocele is very much reduced. Yeah, here we just spongiocele. And what other characters are there in the this Leucon type of canal system? All the other spaces are lined by pinacocyte. As I have said, the chambers are lined by conocytes, and other spaces are pinacocytes. And in current canal, they open into the flagellated chambers through prosphiles, and these flagellated chambers they then communicate with the accurrent canal through apophyles, and spongiocele is very much reduced here, as you can see here. Again, incurrent canal, this is the ostia, incurrent canal, prosopyle, this is the prosopyle. Then these are the flagellated chambers. These are the flagellated chambers. These are lined by the conocytes. Then excurrent canal, this is the excurrent canal. And excurrent canal में जो opening दे रहा है वो क्या है, कौन सा cell है, apopyle. Apopyle they open into the excurrent canal. And this is the ingressing water to dermal ostia, water जहाँ से enter कर रहा है. मतलब कहने का मतलब आपको अगर हम सिंपल वर्ड में समझाने की कोशिश करें तो वाटर फर्स्ट एंटर थ्रू ओस्टियम, then it enters to the prosopyle, then after prosopyle it enters to the chamber. After entering the chamber, it goes to from apopyle it goes to the excurrent canal. So these are the three types of canal system, that is Ascon type canal system, Sycon type of canal system, and Leucon type of canal system, which we found in sponges. Now coming to skeleton, as skeleton helps in providing structural support and defense against predators. So sponges possess an internal skeleton which we call as endoskeleton, and there is two type of endoskeleton we find, which is made up of spicules, which are spine-like structure, or spongin fibers, or we can say the skeleton is made up of both of spicules and spongin fibers. Spicules we can see here, these are the spicules of various axon type, depending upon their radiation, depending upon their axis, there are of different types. So spicules are secreted by scleroblasts, which are present in the mesenchyme part. This mesenchyme part is between the pinacoderm and the conoderm. Spongin fiber, they are secreted by spongioblasts. These are also present in the mesenchyme. And spicules are two types, calcareous and silicous. The calcareous, they are made up of calcium carbonate, and they are the characteristics of class Calypsaria, which is one of the classes of phylum Porifera, and silicus, it is made up of silica, and it is the characteristics of class Hexatonilla. And what happens, the meshing of many spicules, when the network of the spicule they form skeleton, and this skeleton helps us in providing the structural support and defense against the predators to sponges. So it is the spongin fiber, and these are the various spicules. These are the various spicules depending upon their axis. Okay, and then next is how nutrition or digestion takes place in sponges. Actually, sponges do not have mouth or organs of any digestive system. They are filter feeders. It is the most important feature, that is the filter feeders. By filter feeder we means tiny food particles which are consisting of floating organic particle plankton, crustaceans. They are strained out of the water current by the conocyte. When water enters to through ostia, they carry along with the various nutrients, the very particles of food which are in the form of planktons, and they are strained out by the conocytes, and then conocyte they pass the food particle, you can see in the diagram, and they can this is a conocyte, it passes the food particle to the other cell, yani amoebocyte. Amoebocyte just pick up the cell and it carries the food to the other cell. You can see in the diagram, this is a conocyte, and food particle is carried by this conocyte. It is then taken by this amoebocyte, and then food is transported to the other cells for digestion. And conocyte pass the food particle to other cell, and the amoebocyte pick up and carry the food to the other cells in sponges. And digestion in sponges is intracellular, that is within the cell, as in amoeba. So far circulation is concerned, no special circulatory system, that is, as in sponges there is no heart, no vein, no artery, no blood. Even then they are called animals. Sponges rely on keeping up constant water flow for obtaining food and oxygen and removal of waste. And what happens? Distribution of food from ingesting cell, it is brought about by the various amoeboid cells which are present in the mesenchyme. Which amoeboid cells? Trophocytes. These trophocytes are the type of amoeboid cell which help in the carrying the food. These are the ingesting cells. So far as respiration is concerned, body respiration occurs by the diffusion of gases to the body surface which are direct contact with water. Similarly, is the excretion, it is also by diffusion process, and the excretory matter which is mainly ammonia. And so we can say that sponges are ammonotelic in nature, animals, and this ammonia, the waste matter, it is expelled over through osculum by the current created by conocyte, that is Kohler cells. So far sensation in sponges are concerned, as sponges contain no nervous system, no brain, no spinal cord, no nerves, so very poor response to stimulus. And when there is in any external touch or pressure to the outside of the body, it can cause local contraction of the body. Coming to reproduction, in sponges reproduction is both by asexual and sexual. Asexual is by budding and fragmentation, and budding is of two types in sponges: external budding and internal budding. External budding, students, you know that there is a small outgrowth on the parent body, and it then detaches from the body and gives rise to new organism. We can say that portion of sponge breaks off and gives rise to new organism. So far as internal budding, which is very important here, is the formation of gamule. And what is gamule? It is a small collection of several amoeboid cells. You can see the pic in this slide. Small collection of several amoeboid cells that are enclosed in a protective covering. This is the gamule, and this is the mass of arcuocytes, and then there is the outer covering which protects the gamule, which is made up of spicules. So gamule is enclosed by a protective covering, which protection gives protection against unfavorable condition. And during gamule formation, what happens? Arcuocytes, which are known as totipotent cells, they get combined into mass. And there, जहाँ टोटीपोटेंट का एक जिक्र आ रहा है, तो टोटीपोटेंट cells mean the cells which they acquire specialized shape, differentiated shape according to need, and they perform function, typical function. जैसी बॉडी की नीड हो, जैसी बॉडी की ज़रूरत हो, जैसे सेल की ज़रूरत हो, अकॉर्डिंग टू डैट दे हैव मल्टीवेरियस shape and multivarious function. So totipotency is the one of the important feature in this sponges. Then the outer covering of this gamule, it is called micropyle. It is, we can see this is a micropyle. This is a micropyle. So, and the gamules, they first they are given in the spongiocyte, and from spongiocyte they come out from the osculum, and after coming out of the main sponge, the osculum, these gamule, they give rise to new organism, that is new sponge. And so far as fragmentation is concerned, in sponges there is remarkable power of regeneration. As already told you that due to totipotency, or totipotent cell present in the sponges, these sponges have remarkable power of regeneration. And even if a sponge is divided into small pieces, we can see in the diagram, then each piece develops into a new individual. So it is also one of the types of asexual reproduction, that is fragmentation. And the cells aggregate to perform small. Which cells? These the when the body is fragmented into many pieces, and due to remarkable power of regeneration, I already said the cells aggregate to form with the new spawn. So far sexual reproduction is concerned, sponges are hermaphrodite. By hermaphrodite means they are bisexual and both the sexes are present in the same individual. But one thing is here that in spite of hermaphrodite, in spite of bisexual organism, they prefer cross fertilization. Reason is that both the sexes, they don't mature at the same time due to protogynous or protoandrous condition. So sometimes male part mature early, time female part mature early. So there is cross fertilization in the sponges, and these gametes develop from the differentiation of either conocyte, that is collar cells, or the amoebocytes. I have already told you that these amoebocytes are present in the mesenchyme cell. And sperm is uniflagellate and it floats in water, and from one body, this is a one body, this is another body of sperm, and these sperms, they are produced from one body to another body. And how they reach? These sperms are trapped by conocytes and delivered to eggs by amoebocytes. Similarly, as the food particles, we can see in this diagram, the sperms are they are taken by the conocyte cells, that is a flagellated cell, and from this they are then given to the other cells, that is for the fertilization, which this fertilization takes place in the mesenchyme part, and this fertilization is internal here in the sponges. Then after the fertilization, what happens? Zygote is formed, and this zygote, it comes to where? It comes to the spongiocyte and gives rise to small larva, and the larva, it then comes out from this osculum part. Then so far the development is concerned, as already told, that there is a larval formation, so development is indirect. There is a holoblastic segmentation of the zygote, then that is complete segmentation. A larva, what is larva? We can say larva is the juvenile stage of organism, and it is very structurally different from adult stage because it is free swimming, having tiny hair-like projection, then larva become adult. Then when they become adult, they lose their locomotive capability, and then they attaches to the substratum, the solid surface in the sea. And mainly there are two type of larva, namely parent chimula, which is comes in the life cycle of Leucocelonia, and then second is Amphiblastula, which we find in Scypha, and larva escape through osculum with the outgoing current of water, as already told in the previous slide. So next, coming to types of larva, as already, so there are mainly two types of larva have been reported. Parent chimula larva is a solid and compact with an outer layer of flagellated cells. You can see in the diagram. Outer layer is a flagellated cell and inner mass of non-flagellated cell. This is the outer layer, this is the outer layer, and this is the inner layer. This is the outer layer flagellated, or this is the inner layer जो है non-flagellated cell. So it swims for a period of time that may vary from few hours to few days, and after swimming it finds a suitable surface for attachment, and then it metamorphoses into a young sponge. It has been believed that what happens when this larva, it metamorphoses, these outer layer, that is the flagellated cells, they get invaginated and they line with the spongocyte. As we have seen the body of sponge, in the center there is a spongocyte, and the conocyte cells, they line the spongocyte. And in blastula, you have in this larva, you have seen that the flagellate cells, they become invaginated and line the spongocyte, whereas the inner cells, they form the outer part, that is non-flagellated part, they form the outer part, and it is found in the class Calcarea, and example is Leucoselenia. So this is the parent chimula larva. So coming next to Amphiblastula larva, it is hollow. Actually, we say parent chimula larva is solid. It is oval in shape and commonly found in Soicon and other calcareous sponges. It is a free swimming larva having two hemispheres. First hemispheres, but it is made of micromeres having flagellated cells. You can see here the flagella. These are the micromeres, and there in the second hemisphere, it is made up of macromeres. Okay, then larva, it swims with the flagellated portion, and it encloses a small cavity which is known as blastocele, which later on becomes spongocele, and it leads a free swimming life, and after some time it settles down and gives rise to new sponge. And micromere, these are the micromere that later on become conocyte, that is the collar cell that line the spongocele, lining the radial canal. And the macromeres, these give rise to the rest of layer, that is the outer layer, mesenchyme. So this is for amphiblastula. Both parenchyma and amphiblastula, these are the larval stages in the sponges. So far the classification of Porifera is concerned, Porifera phylum is mainly divided into three classes, which is based on the spicules, that is skeleton. First is calcareous or calcispongia. Example, we can see this type in Leucoselenia or Scypha, and Hexatenida or Helenspongia. And in this class, members are Juplectella and Helonyma. And third one is Desmospongia or Sclerospongia, and the members are Spongia, which we also call a Euspongia, and then Spongilla, which is freshwater sponge. So let us have a brief of all these classes. First is the calcarea, as it is derived from Latin word calcareous, means slimy. Uh, skeleton consists of calcium carbonate, calcareous spicules, and they are all marine and inhabit shallow water. You can see in the diagram of this member of calcarea. Body may be cylindrical or vase-like, and its development include amphiblastula larva or cilioblastula. An example, as already to the members are Leucoselenia and Scypha. So far, the general feature of Scypha, Sycon are concerned, it is a colonial sponge and it lives in sea with shallow water, means not in very depth, and body has a vase like structure with numerous ostia. You can see ostia all over the body, and these are the ostia and osculum at the top. So after calcarea, there is next class Hexatenida. It is derived from Greek word, that is hex means six, actin means rays. As already said that there are different type of spicules, and according to spicules the classes have been classes are there, and some have two rays, some have three rays. So this it has six rays having spicules. Then skeleton consists of six rays, silicus spicules, and they are exclusively marine, living in deep water. The body shape can be of cup shape or urn shape or vase like. Urn shape means it is also a vase like, having a lower spherical part and upper neck part, narrow part, and it includes also glass pond. And the members in this Hexatenida are Juplectella, which we also call as Venus flower basket, and Helonyma, that is glass roof sponges. So far as the Juplectella is concerned, which we call as Venus flower basket, it is said that this Juplectella, skeleton of this Juplectella is gifted as during the wedding in Japan as wedding gift, and because it is considered as the symbol of union till death, union till death, and this, due to this, it is the gift given in the Japan. So this is the diagram of this Juplectella, Venus flower basket, and the body has rigid curved cylindrical body and 30 centimeter long, and it is dried clean skeleton of Juplectella, which is a costly wedding gift. Actually, what happens, the soft tissue, it is removed, it is when it degenerates, then the skeleton is given as the wedding gift, and it is considered to be a symbol of union till death. So far as Desmospongia is concerned, it occurs in shallow and deep sea as well as in fresh water, and skeleton of these members which are present in Desmospongia made up of silicous spicules or spongin, or we can say of both. The body is again vase like, are cup shaped or cushion shaped, and sponges in this class are large of size and development include parenchyma larva. Example, most common example is here in the spongia, which we also call as boss sponge. This is the figure of boss sponge, and it is very uh, economically, and it is commercial, and it is used for bathing, washing automobiles, cleaning window panes, mopping, etc. It grows on the rocky floor in the shallow waters. It forms a colony, and it is entirely covered with non-living leathery membrane of spongin. Spongin skeleton जो spongia का it is forms the boss sponge, which is of commerce, and as already told, that is used for various purposes as cleaning window pane, washing, bathing, etc. And the scrap of these sponges, which sponges? That is spongia, used sponge, which we call as boss sponge. It is used as a packing. Now, coming to different type of cells, we already studied in this lesson. Once again, look at these cells. One A part is pinacocyte, then second P is porocyte, then C is coloncyte, D is chromocyte, E is trophocyte, F is archeocyte, G is scleroblast, H, these are like H myocytes, then gland cell, I is the gland cell. Now, functions of each one you already know, and moreover, I have also written once again in the next page for your reference. So far as the pinacocytes are concerned, they form the outer layer, that is their epithelial cells forming the outer layer of sponge. Conocytes, they are the collar cell having collar of microvilli at cell surface used to trap food particles flowing through the organism, and they line the spongocoel. Porocyte, they are elongulated tubular cells that form the pores, and in between the two layers, that is the pinacoderm and conoderm, as already you know that there is a middle layer mesenchyme, and from these mesenchyme it contains various types of uh, amoebocytes performing different functions, and these amoebocytes are as under first one is chromocytes. These are the pigmented amoebocytes for different colors. As we have observed the different colors of sponges, it is due to chromocytes, that is a red color, blue color, yellow color, due to chromocytes. Then coloncytes, you have gone through the coloncytes, they are the amoeboid cell, and they play important role in the formation of sponge spicules. Then gland cells, they actually these are the extension of dermal layer and secrete sticky matter, which is useful to uh, it is useful for the sponge for their attachment. And trophocyte, these cells they collect food from the collar cells and digest it, and they distribute to the digested food to the other parts. And myocytes, they are the contractile amoebocytes, they are arranged around the osculum. Actually, these guard and regulate the osculum. And arcuocyte, these are the totipotent cell, as already told you that arcupotent means cells means they have the ability to acquire different shape and according to need, and they perform different functions. So, uh, for example, these cells are differentiated into other cells within the body, and they also give rise to sex cell, that is sperm and ovum. And scleroblast, these cells help in the production of spicules. To as already told you that the calcoblast they produce calcareous spicules, and silicoblast cells they produce silicous spicules, and spongioblast they produce spongin fibers. So all these cells they have pictures of all the cells have been given this so that you get familiar to these cells. So coming to next, we can say the sum of all the features as you have gone through all the different features. So some unique features once again for your recapitulation, that is they have cellular level of organization, then pores all over the body as ostia, and then canal system for passage of water current, and the outer opening is osculum, lack of mouth and digestive cavity, then digestion, circulation, respiration, excretion, all by means of canal system. That is, canal system is the one of the main specific feature that helps in the digestion, circulation, respiration, and excretion. Then conocyte, that is the collar cells, they line the main cavity of spongiocele, or certain canal that is called radial canal, and totipotency, that is the due to the totipotent cell, the ability of the cells to acquire different shape and to perform function according to the need of the organism. So it is all about phylum Porifera. So any query you can please contact at this number, and you can put your queries in the comment box and share this video to your friends also. And actually, in this lesson, today's subtopic, that is the phylum Porifera, I have taken many things in detail, but you don't need to fear about that. You have a thorough understanding of this subtopic, and then for examination purpose you can pick and choose the main points, and write in the examination as per the need of the question, as per the time available, and as per the marks given to that. So thanks once again, stay healthy, stay happy, and in the next slide we shall come with next phylum, that is Coelenterata. So for up to that time, stay healthy and happy.